In the shadow of the old church spire, the town lies hushed, it's past the fire. Whiskey bottles by gravestones scattered, echoes of laughter now shards and tattered. The wind whispers secrets old and grim through streets where light grows dim. Beneath the ashes and lace lies hidden the tale of a love turned cold and a face gone pale, a heart betrayed where the wild dogs wail under moonlit skies and a ghostly veil. She wore lace soft and fine, her eyes like stars used to shine. Whispers grew in the cursed night air of a lover's deceit and a dark despair. Now she walks the silent, dusty plains where nothing moves but the last train's remains. Beneath the ashes and lace lies hidden a tale of a love turned cold and a face gone pale, a heart betrayed where the wild dogs wail under moonlit skies and a ghostly veil. In the church's shadow by the light of the flame, I confronted the ghost of her lingering pain. The truth burned clear in the desert's cold breath, revealing a path that led straight to her death. Beneath the ashes and lace, I found my release. In the land of the lost, I lay down my peace. Forgiveness or vengeance, the line wears thin. I choose the quiet, let the stars begin. Under the endless desert sky so wide, I bury my heart where all the loves have died. In the shadow of the valley where the sun forgot to shine lies a town too cursed to mention by a dusty, broken sign, where the whiskey bottles whisper secrets hidden in the sand. I trace my scars, each one a story etched deep by my own hand. Gone with the lonely road where the forsaken souls tread under moons that mourn in silence above the lands of dead. Heartbeat echoes through the ghost town like a train's lonesome cry. Gone with the lonely road under a cursed black sky. Once loved a girl with eyes like storm clouds, heart wild as the wind. Promised her the world, but in the night betrayal thin. She vanished with a preacher whose church burned incense glow. Left me with these empty dreams where only thistles grow. Gone with the lonely road where the broken hearts lie, past the chapel of redemption where even angels fear to fly. Whispers haunt the silent desert like a snake so sly hiss. Gone with the lonely road, swallowed in the abyss. this road I met my demons at the crossroads of despair. Gun in hand, shadows dancing, found that preacher there. Justice rang in every echo as he fell before the dawn. But revenge just tastes like dust when all you loved is gone. Gone with the lonely road, where the past can't be undone. Through the cursed silent deserts, beneath the scorching sun, I ride alone forever searching, a ghost among the graves. Gone with the lonely road, a soul no man can save.
Under the moon's pale watch, old chapel lies still. Shadows dance on cracked walls with a ghostly thrill. Dust devils spin where the vows were once heard. Whiskey breath and whispered sins undisturbed. A train whistle moans through the cursed silent town. Echoes of old lovers' cries settling down. Hear the whispers in the chapel, all so slow, twirling secrets in the dark where no one goes. Burning memories in the pews, they softly speak of a love that turned to vengeance and a heart that leaks. There's a tale they tell of a bride left in white, her groom found with another by the dim lantern light. In her hand a bottle, in her eyes a storm raged, a vow broken on this altar, her wrath uncaged. By dawn the chapel smoldered, her love entwined in the ashes of the past, forever confined. Listen to the whispers in the chapel, waltz with fear, spinning sorrow and the rage year after year. Flames flicker in the ruin with a haunting glow, telling tales of what happens when love stoops low. In the stillness there she stands, gown stained with time, a specter of the love lost in her silent prime. The wind howls through the doorway, a mournful tune, as she sways alone beneath the ghostly moon. Feel the whispers in the chapel, also deep, where the forgotten graves of lost lovers sleep. She dances on through the night to avenge
so high, for it dances in the shadows where the old secrets lie.
Out in the hollows where the dead trees bend, whiskey bottles lay with the tales they end. The moon throws shadows over cursed land. Ghost town echoes of a new stand. Footsteps whisper through the silent dust, each one haunted by a broken trust. I'm dancing with my last ride under cold starlight, spurs and silence in a slow graveyard glide. She's a memory that the whiskey can't hide, dancing with shadows on this long last night. Once loved a woman with fire in her eyes, found her whispering with my demise. Trust traded for gold, love sold for a price. Betrayal's kiss felt colder than ice. In the quiet of a church, flames rose so high, left nothing but ash and a lonesome goodbye. Dancing with my last ride beneath a blood-red sky, with the ghosts of my past and the reasons why. She's just a phantom that my heart can't deny, dancing with tears that I can no longer cry. By the old rail tracks, heard the train's mournful call echoing the night of my deepest fall. Faced her specter in the dust storm's wild swirl, saw the truth unfurl, a relentless twirl. Now I'm dancing with my last ride where the lost souls hide, forgiveness and vengeance side by side. This dance, my final stand with fate's harsh guide. In the desert sands, I abide. This journey through shadows and dust, set to the tune of a lone guitar, draws its last breath as a story fades into the vast, haunted expanse of the West. Out of where the wind cries through the bones of old towns, the shadows stretch long as the sun's beating down. The whiskey bottles lay spilling secrets in the sand. Ghost of a preacher, Bible burnt in his hand. Oh, the prairie's got a curse, dark as night, unseen, wails like a train through the valley of the unclean. Dust storms rise, hiding sins that we all breed, haunted by the loves and lives we couldn't redeem. Here stood a church
now just char and decay. Where I promised her forever, 'neath the cross we'd pray. But the devil's in the dirt and he called my name, led me down the tracks of betrayal and blame. Oh, the prairie's got a curse cold as the clay echo in the shots that took my breath away. Lost souls wander with stories they can't leave, bound to the land that won't let them grieve. Underneath that blood moon I felt her near, her whisper on the wind, revenge is here. A specter of desire, a ghost of spurned love, demanding retribution from the heavens above. This prairie's got a curse and now it's mine to hold a tale of a heart that turned too cold. The wind still whispers through forgotten graves. Here lies a gunman, a lover enslaved. Outlawed by love, damned by fate. On haunted grounds I accept my way. In the shadow of the mesa, where the sun forgets to shine, lies a town too rough for daybreak, on a cursed and crooked line. Whiskey bottles lay like gravestones, marking tales of better days, where the undertaker hums a hymn to those who've lost their way. Sing low, sing for the shadows, where forgotten ghosts reside. Sing for haunted hearts breaking, where the lost souls go to hide. In the dust storms and the echoes, hear the trains, they moan and cry. The undertaker's hymn is calling beneath the vengeful sky. Once a lover, once a traitor, steel-eyed Johnny rode to sin, left a burning church behind him and the ashes of his kin. Through the silent deserts wandered, chased by deeds he couldn't mend, till the dust winds whipped the faces of the ghosts he called his friends. Sing low, sing for the sorrow that the desert winds haven't known. Sing for promises like thunder turn to whispers, turn to bones, where the train whistles are mourning and the night refuses light. The undertaker's hymn grows louder, calling souls back from the night. Underneath the moon's pale watch, he faced the life that he'd forsake. In the mirror of the starlight, saw the shadow he would take. With his heart cast in the darkness of the lands he'd roamed so wild, he found peace within the hymn of sins, reconcile. Sing low,
In the heart of dust, where the chapel lies burned, whiskey bottles lay like memories spurned. A lone train cries out through the vast cursed night. Ghost of a town faded from sight. Echoes from the ashes, whispering sins, haunted by the shadows of might have beens. Love lost to a bullet, marked by a stone. In this silent desert I wander alone. There's blood on the wind, a tale of deceit, a lover's vow dying in the summer's heat. Candlelit vigils with no one to mourn, a heart once whole now eternally torn. Echoes from the ashes calling me home to a bed of dust where the bitter winds moan. Kisses turn to whispers beneath the old tree where we carved our names for eternity. In the pale moonlight I face my foe, mirrors of my past in the midnight glow. The truth cuts deeper than the sharpest blade, in the ruins of the promises we made. Echoes from the ashes, revenge burns bright, clearing the shadows, restoring the light. I lay down my burdens by the cooling stream, letting go of the echoes and chasing the dream.
Under a blood-red sky in nowhere town, the sun burns low, ghosts don't make a sound. A bottle of rye, my shaking grip, memories play like a black and white clip. Tracks run cold through the heart of the waste, each whistle's a scream, each mile erased.
A shadow of a bloke. With every sip I see her face in the curl of the smoke, her tender grace. Whiskey and smoke, under stars I invoke the tales of a love now just cinders and choke. Dance through the chapel with fire in her eyes, promises spoken smoking under stormy skies. But the preacher was crooked and the vows were a lie. By dawn it was clear it was a kiss or die. Left her veil in the desert next to my trust. All that remains is dust and rust. To keep this a dimple, this trace and died, and they're laid to the dap with the edge of town where the old church burned out. I faced the ghost, each stone overturned, at the dirt's have returned. The flame in my heart met the cold night air, found nothing but silence, her absence laid bare. And smoke, they shield, they provoke. In a curtain of ashes, I'm hiding my yoke. Till the bottle runs dry, in the smoke I'll abide. A silhouette lost to the night's rising tide. Whiskey and smoke, this life's no joke. Bound by the past, in its chains I'll forever choke.
In the shadow of an old ghost town where the wind whispers sin, the desert sun paints the cracks in a land forgotten by kin. Rusted signs sway tales of a cursed gold that never gave. Dark secrets lie with the whiskey bottles beneath the silent grave. Oh, the moans neath the earth, they call out in the night. Lost loves and old betrayals hide from the pale moonlight. No peace for the haunted, no rest for the brave. All stories end beneath the silent grave. A train whistle blows, cutting through the silence like a scream. Brings me back to her eyes, shining under starlight's gleam. The preacher man once said our sins are ours alone to say. Now he lies with the ashes of a church that he couldn't save. Oh, the cries in the wind, they echo through the fight. Ghosts of the past dancing with the dust storms in the night. Each step is a memory, each memory away, crashing down beneath the silent grave. There's a shadow that hangs over the old Dawson's farm, where the timber creaks with whispers of harm. The sky paints crimson over fields that mourn, burning barn on the horizon where our sins were born. Oh, the smoke it climbs like ghosts in the breeze, rising higher with my old memory. Each flame is a secret, each ash is a token of a love burned down and words left unspoken. In the glow of the moon, I found her silver locket beside empty bottles where the dust storms rocket. Her laughter echoed from the church's burnt shell in a ghost town of heartache where we once fell. Burning, burning smoke, hiding yesterday's sin. Whiskey whispers about the trouble I'm in. The fire's in my soul, mixing pain with the potion, with each ember a tear and each cinder an ocean. Underneath the train's lonesome whistle there lays an untold feud. In the cursed lands by the forgotten graves I face my solitude. Now the truth's as clear as the crackling wood that in the night still burns. She was a spark and I the tinder. When will a man ever learn? So here's to the burning barn and smoke, to the past that I revoke. Here's to the dark, dusty trails and the vows that we broke. I'll ride through the silent desert till my wrongs are made right, or till I'm just another shadow melting into the night.
Down in the valley where the shadow people dwelled, under the eye of a moon pale as a bone, whispers float on a dust-ridden spell. In this ghost town I wander alone, a rusted locket clenched in my fist, bearing the face of a love long missed. Oh, the weeping sky and the crying wind tells a tale of a heart broken then tossed. In this cursed land where my sorrows have sinned, I keep searching for the soul that I lost. The locket's a keeper of the promise we made, not just a cold token of the love that gave. Found her whispering a bottle of whiskey, lying on the very night the church in the valley burned bright. Heard a train whistle like her spirit was sighing as the flames reflected in her eyes haunting light. They said love like ours was never meant to last. Now all that's left is shadows we cast. Oh, the weeping sky and the crying wind tells a tale of a heart shattered then cursed. In silent deserts where old ghosts have grinned, our own aimlessly with my unquenchable thirst. The locket's rust is like the blood we once bled in that burning church where our vows were said. By the forgotten graves I heard her plea. Echoes of betrayal, the locket's truth revealed. A pact made in desperation, never set free. A heart's revenge on the battlefield. But the night grows cold and my vengeance fades. In the eyes of the locket my fury parades. Under the weeping sky and by the crying wind, I face the fate of a love not just lost but stolen. A whisper in the dust, a memory thinned. In the rusted locket, our cursed token. Resigned to wander neath moon's palest ghost, with her face in my locket, forever my host.
Echoes from the burning barn, down where the sagebrush meets the blood-red sky. There's a barn that burned under the raven's cry. Whiskey bottles lay scattered with the ash. Each ember tells a tale of love and a backstab clash. Echoes from the burning barn, they call out in the night, singing songs of what's been done in the pale moonlight. A heart torn apart by deceit and a lying tongue. Now all that's left is the shadows and the songs unsung. It all started in a ghost town under a silent star. She was like a desert rose, wild from afar. But the preacher's son had a devil in his eye, promised her the world, gave her the lie. Train whistle blew a mournful sound when he broke her heart. She watched from the dusty ground as her world fell apart. From the burning barn haunt the desert wind, a tale of a love so cruel and a sin wrapped in sin. The desert knows her pain, the storms are desperate cries underneath the endless sky. Even the truth died. Tear-stained note stood inside the flames, her sorrow in the smoke. Faced the man who turned her heart into a cursed land. In the blaze she found her peace, revolver in her hand. Echoes from the burning barn, now quiet in their rage. She found her revenge in the fire she did engage. As the dawn breaks clear over lands that God forgot, only scorched earth remains and a love that time will not. Under a blood-red sky where the old church lies, ghost town whispers singing lullabies. Footsteps echo across the cursed land, a bottle of whiskey gripped in a trembling hand. The wind carries tales of a love that crashed. Here I am in the shadows, dancing with ashes. Dancing with ashes under the cold moonlight. Every step a story of what's wrong and right. In the silence where the spirit's high, I'm just a soul too restless to die. Dancing, dancing with ashes tonight. How the flames kissed the sky, the night the truth burned and love said goodbye. She vanished like smoke on that old train's whistle, left nothing but memories sharp as thistles. Now every gust of desert dust, every church bell that clashes brings me back to the dance with ashes. Dancing with ashes under the starlit veil.
In the quiet town of Calamity's wake, under the shadow of a blood-red moon, stood the gunslinger, his life at stake. In the dust where the sinners met their doom, a whiskey bottle lay empty by a crooked cross. Haunted whispers round the church, now lost. Gunslinger, ride through the smoke and the sorrows, chasing the ghost of your love stolen and betrayed. Under the stars where there's no tomorrow, seeking vengeance where a debt of blood's unpaid. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes, in a town too parched for righteous men. Her laughter mingled with the train's distant cries, till the night when darkness claimed her kin. Trust turned traitor later to the noose, left a gunslinger with nothing left to lose. Gunslinger, ride through the smoke and the sorrow, the traitor, face to ghostly face, words unspoken, cold steel spit. A thunder crack split the silent, forsaken place. Two shots fired in the desert's heart, one man standing, one torn apart. Forgotten graves where wild winds blow, rests a gunslinger and the fires that grow.
Silence of a ghost town's clutch, the wind whispers secrets covered in dust. The whiskey bottles clanking in my worn out sack, echoes of betrayal, ain't no turning back. Sunset bleeding red on a cursed land. Here I tread a shadow, gun in hand. Revenge and smoke beneath the desert's cloak. My heart bleeds a tale, too bitter spoke. Lost love's fire in the cold night stokes, under starlit skies and the devil's jokes. Remember her laughter under the old church light, before it burned to ashes that cursed night. A train whistle moaning through the empty plains, like a ghostly reminder of our sweet love's remains. He took her from me, left nothing but her grave. Now I'm chasing shadows of the man I crave. Revenge and smoke beneath the desert's cloak. Vengeance is path, my burden to evoke. Through forgotten graves and tales misspoke, every step I take, my resolve revokes. In the silence of the desert, their faces appear, haunting my dreams, stoking my fears. A showdown looming in the dusk's embrace. His eyes meet mine, time slows its pace. Revenge and smoke, this life's cruel joke. Gunfire echoes as all ties are broke. Dust settles down on the path I chose, in a land of gold.
played low. Revenge and smoke in the desert's endless. Whoa.
Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, the wind whispers secrets in a ghost town tight. Whiskey bottles clink in the grip of the forgotten dust. Storms dance with the memories of the rotten under moon's pale watch and a coyote's remote joke. Lies a silent grave wrapped deep in veils of smoke. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the eerie air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke. Whistle moans through haunted plains, over tracks soaked with old dark stains. He loved her wild, her betrayal cut deep, left him a shadow where lost spirits weep. Burned their church where they once vowed, now he walks a path by revenge avowed. Here stands a man with vengeance cold in his stare, echoes of a church bell dying in the air. This cursed land holds tales of a love that broke. Silent grave, silent grave and smoke, by the light of a fire where his anger spoke. He sees her face in the curling smoke. Forgiveness a burden he couldn't afford. His heart attuned, each beat of discord. Here lies a man with sorrows old and gray, under stars that whisper to the brave. A life spent chasing what the dark winds woke. Silent grave, silent love, eternal smoke.
In a ghost town where the shadows play, dust dances with the devil's sway. Whiskey bottles line forgotten graves beneath the sun's relentless blaze. A train whistle moans through cursed lands, an echo of a noose's tied strands. Beneath the last ride where vows lay to rust, love turned to betrayal in a whirlwind of dust. Shadows of a gallows on a moonlit dried creek, where silence speaks the secrets that the haunted seek. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes, in a chapel lit by flame-filled skies. Promises as frail as a parched rose, her heart was a secret no one knows. A Judas kiss under a starless night left me alone to face my plight. Beneath the last ride where trust was sold, hearts grow as cold as the guns we hold. Echoes of our laughter in a breeze that weeps, where silence speaks the secrets that the haunted keep. On that burning church I swore her name. The wind carried away all blame. Face down the man who stole her gaze. In the dust storm's wild relentless haze, 2 shots rang out like an old church bell. One found its mark and the other fell. Of lost love and eternal blame, as the ghost town sleeps under night's deep veil. I wander these streets, a lone dusty trail. Beneath the last ride, redemption's just a ghost, whispering secrets to the winds that haunt me most.
Crimson on the land, dust whips the face of a forsaken band. Whiskey bottles laid by the roadside bare, echoes of a train cut the chilly air. On this lonely road where shadows conspire, flames dance around an old church spire. Tales of a cursed soul's fate, riding past the gates of a ghost town's hate. Once loved a beauty, eyes like stormy skies, her promises as hollow as her midnight lies. Found my heart buried in forgotten graves, now I'm just a shadow in the canyon caves. Down this endless road, under starlit fire, smoke curls around that burning church spire. The night air carries the weight of lost debates, haunting the silence of my ghost town's gates. In the silent desert, the truth comes clear. Her betrayal's the venom I still taste, bitter and severe. Face to face with my past, the showdown begins. In the flicker of moonlight, is that freedom or sins? tracks in pain. On this haunted trail, only echoes remain.
Under a blood-red sky in Dead Man's Hollow, where whispers tell of the cursed and swallowed, old whiskey bottles lay, souls departed in this ghost town, broken, black-hearted. Wind howls through the chapel's burned remains, singing hymns of sorrow, shackles and chains. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive, where every man's a specter and the sins of the past survive. In the dust we wrote our treaties, in blood we broke them all. No mercy in the ghost town, just the devil's call. I loved a girl with eyes like stormy weather. In this godforsaken town we dreamt together, but love turned to ash in the blink of a gun. Her betrayal a bullet that couldn't be outrun. By the old forgotten graves I swore her name. Vengeance the only keeper of my flame. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only shadows thrive. Every whisper in the wind a reminder no one gets out alive. From the deceit we laid our fortunes, in betrayal we stand tall. No mercy in the ghost town, just the reaper's draw. At the train tracks and I face my foes, underneath the hanging tree the cold wind blows. A showdown at the break of dawn, just me and my regret. Gun smoke fills the silence of the debts we never met. There's no mercy in the ghost town, only echoes bleed. Every step I take is haunted by my heart's unyielding creed. In the dust I lay my memories, in the soil I'll bury my pain. No mercy in the ghost town, where even angels refrain. In the whispering sands I find my own. No mercy in the ghost town, forever alone.
And under a blood-red sky, in the town of Willow's End, echoes of train whistles cut through the silence like a friend. Whiskey bottles lay scattered, secrets hidden beneath the sand. Where chapels once stood, now only shadows of the damned. In the ashes of the lost love, where my haunted heart resides, every breeze whisper betrayal under the moon's watchful eyes. Burning memories in the dust, like churches set to flame. The ghost of you still lingers, a curse I cannot name. The night you vanished, a dust storm took your trace, left me with nothing but a locket and the memory of your grace. They say you chose the darkness with a heartbreaker smile, left me alone with our sins in this cursed mile.
In the ashes of the lost love, where sorrow never dies, the winds scream of vengeance beneath the starless skies, haunting the silent deserts where our fates were overthrown. I wander through this ghost town, forevermore alone. By the forgotten graves, I found your truth written in the silver light of a merciless cold moon. Your betrayal, a knife's edge sharpened, oh so real. In the vast, endless night, a broken heart to steal. In the ashes of the lost love, I lay my spirit bare. In the smoking ruins of passion, I found my despair. But in this lonely battle, revenge stirs in the dust. I'll rise from these ashes for justice for us. So let the desert swallow the story. Let the sands claim the pain. In the ashes of the lost love, only the echoes remain.